Me and my brother were 2 years apart. Growing up, we were very close. Growing up, we fought a lot, which is, typical. I mean, we're at home 2 years apart. He always wanted to be like me and all the stuff I did. And I was a typical older brother, like, leave me alone type deal. But, now looking back on things, it's like, it makes you sit back and think about things sometimes. But so growing up, we were, we hated each other, but don't mess with one another because, like, we coming. He couldn't fight worth a lick. I'll tell you, I'll go on record like that. He knows it, but he couldn't fight worth a lick. He was not scared to fight you, but when he passed away, he was like 6'4", 200 and something pounds. I don't know how many pounds. So he was a big boy, and I'm 6'1". So if you've ever met me, I'm 6'1". So he was 6'4". But growing up, we had typical brotherhood. And of course, later in the high school years, we did hang out, but I still didn't want to hang out with them all the time. We had different crowds of friends, but somehow they would end up mingle a lot of times. But, now I was going through so much stuff during my high school times. I wasn't doing good in school. My brother didn't do good in school either. Towards my senior year, I started drinking and partying. Never did anything like hard, technically. Well, technically at that point. But, I was doing stuff that I know I shouldn't have been doing and drinking, and so was he. Later on in life, I found out like he was actually more caught up in an early age than I didn't know, because he never said anything about it. But he always felt down. He always felt like he was not liked, and it wasn't true at all. He was well liked by a lot of people. But in his mind, he felt like he would always say, like, no one likes him and stuff like that. So he always had self-confidence issue growing up and not feeling like that. But growing up, he always wanted to kind of do what I wanted to do, but I was always a better athlete than him. He was a better baseball player. I'll give him that. But we were always at each other's throat. It was competition and stuff. We loved each other, even though we hated each other. But so I had to get out of my town because it was so easy to get caught up in my town, and I was already not, living life the right ways and doing things and making bad decisions. Not bad decisions, but definitely if I would have stayed on that track, I would have got caught up somehow doing something. Like I just feel like I would have if I would have stayed that path.